Hey, welcome to the Jump Show. My name's Kjartan, and today I'm going to talk about how to select the right jump rope for you. That's one of the most common questions for beginners, people getting a little bit into jump rope. Which rope is best for my type of workout? What jump rope is best for a beginner? What jump rope is best for like a cardio weight loss? If you want to skip rope like a boxer, whatever. It's a very common question. Now the good news is the same rope will be the best for you no matter what type of jumper you are. There are certain cases where you might want a specialty rope, but for 99% of the population, the same rope is best for you, whether you're an advanced jumper or a beginner. So in this video, I'm going to talk about things to look for when you select your rope. I'm going to look for things to avoid. And at the end of the video, I'll also come with a specific recommendation on my favorite jump rope. So let's get right into it. What should you look for when you are going to buy a good rope for you? First of all, you want to look for what type of cable the rope has. There are a lot of different options here, and this is actually the one that makes the most different. You want a cable that's flexible, not too heavy, not too light, one that's durable, and one that's adjustable, of course. I'll get back to that, by the way. So, what type of cable should you look for? The one around my chest has PVC. So let me talk a little bit about that. So the actual rope itself is very important. PVC, which is kind of a plastic material, comes in different colors. It's kind of almost see-through actually. This is the best type of cable for a rope for most people. And when I say most people, I'm talking about a rope that's going to be versatile, where you can do speed work, cardio work, tricking. It's a little bit of everything. It's heavy enough that you can feel the rope rotating, but light enough that it doesn't hinder you from doing whatever you want to do. Alright, so PVC, that's the first thing. Some cables on ropes are PVC, but they have steel inside to make them heavier. My recommendation is to avoid that. You don't really want a heavy rope. Avoid leather, avoid materials like cotton, hemp, or like old school natural materials like that. They're terrible for jumping. So make sure it's made out of some kind of soft plastic. I'm going to make, by the way, a video about specialty ropes, such as heavy ropes, and why for some certain cases that might be for you. But for your first rope, definitely avoid anything heavy. That also goes for the handles, by the way. Some ropes have really heavy handles. Avoid that. A little bit of weight is okay, makes it feel a little bit more powerful, but in general, you want the rope to be light. Jumping rope is a very high impact workout. It's heavy already. You don't need it to be heavier, the actual swinging motion. The movement of jumping rope is so heavy, you don't need to add additional weight to it. And also, you'll get tired in the wrong places, like the shoulders and forearms, rather than, the actual jumping muscles, like the legs, abs, or whatever. Okay, so good rope, good handle is a good first thing to look for. As far as handle length, this is pretty long, the one I'm showing right here. That's good if you want the most versatility. If you want to be able to do tricking and speed work and a little bit of everything, difficult moves like double unders and so on and so forth, you might want a long rope because it gives you more versatility in one rope. The drawback of a long handle is that it might be a little bit heavier to swing, a little bit more work for the arms. So that's one thing to think about when you select yours. Also, this one has a nice grip, like some foam thing. That's good. Another thing to look for when you are going to buy a jump rope is how the cable is attached to the handle. On this rope, you can see that the cable comes straight out of the handle. In my opinion, all the good ropes have this type of attachment. There can be a lot of different technologies on the actual attachment, but the angle makes it very natural. Some ropes have like a weird angled attachment between the handle and the cable. It makes for a little bit less natural move, especially when you're doing side to side tricking movements. So that's also another thing to look for. This is a very basic one. My other rope that I showed just before has like a swivel in between the cable and the rope. That's nice. It's not necessary, but it's very nice. Alright, so I told you heavy rope is not for most people. Another rope that I would also recommend that you stay away from is the so-called speed rope or CrossFit rope or whatever. If you do CrossFit or functional fitness, sure, you want to go for that specific type of rope. But for most people, it's not really that good. So the CrossFit rope or the speed rope normally looks a little bit something like this. It has a very thin cable, either covered in a thin PVC plastic layer or pure steel. Has a very light and small handle and is generally kind of stiff because it's made of steel. So the covered version or the even more hardcore straight steel version, they're good for strict double underwork. If you want to go fast and do like the workout of the day, the competition or whatever they do in CrossFit, it's probably the right choice for you. But most people want to do a jump rope for a variety of moves, for a variety of type of workout, and then this is not as good. And also keep in mind, you also want something that's comfortable, and making a mistake with a steel rope is super painful. It could even cut you or give scars. Another thing is the steel cable is not that durable, so each time it hits the floor it gets a little bit of damage, and you might have to replace that cable quite often. As far as length and adjustment of the rope size, I have another video about that specifically. But that's also something a lot of people wonder when they're going to buy the rope. What about sizing? Any rope is going to be adjustable in length. I recommend to get the one where you can adjust the length permanently. This is going to be your rope. It's not going to be something you pass around. So you might as well adjust it permanently to the length you want. Or at least semi-permanently, where you can gradually maybe make it shorter as you get better. Some ropes have a very easy way of adjusting the length back and forth. That makes it a little bit less stable. So I actually would recommend to get the one where the length adjustment is permanent, where you actually cut the cable and you screw it together or something like that. Not the one where there's a clamp or a screw or something where you can easily make it shorter and longer. It makes it a little bit less stable. Other criteria to look for when you buy a rope, or that a lot of people look for when they buy a rope, is price, the way they look, and general availability. When it comes to price, look for a rope anywhere between $20 and $50. Anything cheaper than that, it'll probably be poor quality. Anything more expensive than that, it might be a bigger investment than what you really need. But having said that, even if it costs $100, that's not really a huge investment for an exercise equipment. If you buy a pair of running shoes, it'll probably be $100, and it'll last you shorter than the jump rope will. So just avoid the cheapest ones. Also avoid just buying it off of a whim. Don't get your jump rope from the toy store or the grocery store or from the store where you buy your supplements. Most likely they will have terrible quality or not really be something that meets your criteria. So when you do buy this rope, which you do once every 5 years or so, make sure you get the right one. As far as color goes, hey, we all want to look good at the gym or when we're working out. It makes us feel better. But please don't buy a jump rope based off of looks alone. Get something that matches your style, and then, I don't know, match your outfit to the jump rope. Don't get the pink one just because it looks cute. So finally, to the recommendation on my favorite rope. Is the one I have around my chest. This is one I've had for years. It's called the Aero Speed from Buddy Lee. So I have no commercial interest in this, it's just that I've tried a lot of different ropes and this is my favorite. And a lot of other people that I've talked to that jump rope really love this one. It's a short, nice handle, good grip, nice attachment, kind of advanced. It's got the PVC cable, you can adjust it to your length permanently. So this one is going to be a good jump rope for beginners, it's going to be a good jump rope for skipping like a boxer, for freestyle, for cardio, for any type of workout. I'll post the link to this rope in the description if you want to get it, but the brand doesn't really matter. If you can find something that matches the criteria, I'm sure you'll be happy with that rope as well. Okay, I hope that was a useful video and now you know how to select the right jump rope for you. If you have any more questions, topics that I didn't cover, just post a question in the comment section below. Like the video if it was useful for you, share it with friends, and subscribe if this is your type of content and if you want more advice on how to jump rope. Have a good one and see you around.